Complex just betrayed Academics again. And this is one of those things where you just sit back and ask yourself, why would they do this? Like, what's the purpose? Like, this is literally going out of their way to just mess with this dude for no reason. So they dropped their annual hip hop media power rankings. Now, the list is filled with some good things and some bad things. You know, like the average corporation that's out of touch. There's going to be payola. There's going to be a couple of names that you see, and you're like, come on, bro. Like, how is this name here, right? Right? You know, but the list itself, man, you know, I agree with Jason Lee. Adam to me should be higher. You know, Van Lathan, right? Trapler Ross. The list itself isn't the worst list possible. All right. There's still some credibility to it because it's not completely outrageously payola, right? There's some people here that you can say, okay, they deserve to be here, right? Now the list trickles down and trickles down and trickles down, and we get into the top five, right? And we go with the top five. All right, Elliott Wilson. Like, come on, bro. Like to me, this is outrageous. I don't think that Elliott Wilson standing in hip hop is more impactful or powerful than DJ Vlad, right? But that's just me, right? So then we go where Charlamagne the God is number 4, right? Now, Charlamagne the God is number 4. Now, this is very important because this sort of trickles into the drama that's currently going on. So Charlamagne the God, you guys read like what they say for Charlamagne the God, right? They write up these little bios, right? So in terms of the bio, right, like they go through it, sensational commentary, provocative questions, right? What can we say about Charlamagne? He is a mainstay in rap media, even as he continues to broaden his scope and find new ways to transcend hip hop. He may be increasingly involved in political punditry or doing comedic guest spots on The Daily Show, but his views about hip hop still matters, right? It's nothing but compliments. You know that, right? Like, and they gave everybody a compliment. Almost nobody got any critiques, right? Even Kai. Now, number 3 for Kai in hip hop media, I don't know, but you know, Kai's my boy. I like Kai, right? Still, Kai, no mention of no controversies, right? Joe Budden, no Budden. Joe Budden, again, a bio about how great Joe Budden is, no mention of no controversies, right? Speaking of Drake, let's talk beef. The Joe Budden podcast thrived on the Kendrick Lamar and Drake saga. All right? Right? Known for insightful commentary and insider perspective around hip hop and the industry. But somehow when it came to Akademiks, who should have been number 1 the last 2 years, but they pushed it off until they're now forced to give Akademiks number 1 in hip hop media. But then when it came to Akademiks, they all of a sudden now want to give critiques as well, right? So they put getting inside information from notable rappers, gave him the compliments, right? He represents what rap fans and rappers prioritize in hip hop media right now. Not necessarily truth or ethics. Yo, they out here dissing this man, bruh. And it's kind of like, why? Now, this isn't even a worse diss. Dude, like, it's coming. It's coming. So they go to say, he represents what rap fans and rappers prioritize in hip hop media right now. Not necessarily truth or ethics, but entertainment with an anti-establishment streak. So what, Akademiks is a liar with no ethics? Bro, you guys, bro, this is just unbelievable. Because why even big this man up if the intention was to tear him down? It's not always great, if we're being honest. Since the war in Chirac days, Ak has been a controversial figure who has been criticized by many and for good reasons. But these days, even embracing conservatism within hip-hop isn't as taboo as it once was. A week after we published our inaugural list, he dished Twitch for Rumble, a streaming platform known for prioritizing right-wing voices. He bragged about wanting to vote for Donald Trump and even went to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump Jr. The list is supposed to celebrate people, right? But here's what's the most flagrant, disrespectful, slimy, POS-ish I've ever seen, right? they went ahead and addressed a fraudulent case that Akademiks is currently going through, like a fraudulent lawsuit. They say most troubling is the case Akademiks is fighting right now. In May, his ex-girlfriend, yo, as they add in these as they add in these details that are just false to try to make this man look bad. Why is this even being touched on? So first off, the girl wasn't even his ex-girlfriend. It was a scallywag, right? His ex-girlfriend, Zaya Abash, filed a lawsuit in civil court accusing him of rape. Shortly after Rolling Stone break the story, Ak was on Rumble defiantly denying the charges, which also threatened to take down the entire industry with him. It's a delusional, almost Trumpian move that we've seen from Akademiks many times. Neither the serious allegations nor the response has done much to diminish his impact. That in itself is revealing about both his career and the current rap media landscape at large. Now, here's the thing. If they did this to Akademiks and did this to anybody else, to everybody else, then I would understand. But again, I don't think this should be done to anybody. Joe Budden, where is Joe Budden controversy? Where is Joe Budden's accusation? Right? Charlamagne the God. Where is Charlamagne's controversy? Where is Charlamagne's criminal cases? Where is Charlamagne's lawsuits? Because if you're bringing it up for Akademiks, you could bring it up for Charlamagne and others as well. Casanat was also involved in controversy with a young woman. Where is his controversy at? Yo, this just screams jealous, hating traditional media. The person writing this list probably didn't even want to give Akademiks his credit. They were forced to. They were forced to acknowledge Akademiks. And that's what happened here. The person who did this was absolutely forced to acknowledge Akademiks. So they decided, all right, bro, if I'm forced to acknowledge this man, bro, I might as well just tear him down as well. And it looks like Akademiks feels the same because Akademiks will take to, his YouTube to acknowledge, bro, he's not messing with Complex. And he feels like the list doesn't validate him at all.
This was a rant I was going on before everybody. Let me tell y'all this because some people were trying to warn me, Ak, you just got warned, you just got given number one, all this crown shit. Let me tell you this. Complex, fuck y'all niggas. First and foremost, I was number one before you even nominated me, my nigga. I didn't give a fuck. I still don't give a fuck. I said thank you as a formality, but let me be clear. I read the little write-up. That shit was disrespectful to me, too. I don't give a fuck about the list. But you have to give me number one. You see, this year, if you didn't give me number one, your list wouldn't make sense. So let's make this very perfectly clear. My award isn't Complex telling me I'm number one. Bitch, I've been number one. I knew I was number one from back then. I didn't need you niggas to tell me I was number one. This is not arrogance talking, but it's one of those things where niggas try to slick play you, where they're like, hey, we're giving you an award, but we're playing you. Listen, I read everybody who was on the top 20s, like, read down the reason why I ain't do it. I ain't do it for me, and I ain't do it on here, because I ain't want y'all to know what. Complex wrote up a shit saying I was number one, but ain't say one positive thing about me. Hey, he was accused of this. He was this. People don't like him because he gossips. People don't like him because he's this. They ain't saying one positive thing. Motherfucker, let me give y'all the reality of it. I was number one before that shit. And honestly, really, y'all need me to talk good about the list. Because I'm number one, I could say fuck the list.
Complex, the radio stations, the television networks, there are these vehicles in hip-hop media that still operates and solely ran by gatekeepers. And in an industry that was once guarded and ran by gatekeepers who sort of handpicked and cherry-picked whoever conformed to their particular agenda, they're having a tough time looking at somebody like Akademiks and seeing, oh, he did it without gatekeepers. He's saying F the industry. He want to tear it down. And he's also provided an avenue and a vehicle for other people just like him to come through the back door and avoid gatekeeping and conforming. So, of course, right, when they have the opportunity, to do these lists and they know that if they even want to, still maintain any shred of credibility to their list, you have to put Akademiks at number one. And if you don't put him at number one, the list means nothing. So when you're forced, and your hands is literally forced to give a guy who didn't need any gatekeepers, and you're forced to literally play him number one and showcase what taking a route without gatekeepers gets you, what you now have to do, right? And what's really scummy, because this is the only way they could do it, right? The only way they could do it is to tear down Akademiks in the mix, right? Is to make sure he don't get too big and high, right? Because if they literally let Akademiks become king of hip hop media, which he already is, right? But if they literally tell their audience he's the king of hip hop media, that tells their audience and other people who are watching and trying to aspire to be media personalities, bro, we don't need no complex, no radio station. Like, we don't need no program managers, no. We can do it on our own. And I hope y'all are taking notice, man. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of Complex doing this to Akademiks? Let me know, right? And if you're still watching, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out how Schoolboy Q and TDE just sent Drake and OVO a really scary warning for doing this. Click on this video here to find out exactly what they did. I'm going to see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace, folks.